So this is the air distribution pad that you have to install onto your factory seats before you put the cat skin upholstery leather on. In order to make this fit your seat, you have to cut out the foam about 3/8 inches. That way this will sit flush with your existing seat cushions. So now that sits flush in there. And then you just basically peel these off to stick to the cushion, but I'm also gonna add some adhesive spray to make sure it sits in there nice. It's not gonna move around when you're sitting on the seat. Once that's installed, we'll cut open a little hole here for the vent, and then we can upholster the seat with the new cat skin leather. A good trick is to do vertical lines and horizontal lines across the foam. That way you can easily peel off the little squares. Right here, you can see me cutting out the hole to pass through the vent. This will allow the cooled or heated air to come through. You will have to assemble the exhaust and tubing. Once that's done, you can go ahead and insert it into the foam. Once you have your vent installed, you can go ahead and align your distribution pad. That way you can trace out where you need to cut your hole on the distribution pad. Once that's done, you can remove the film to expose the adhesive on the air distribution pad. I like to use adhesive spray to make sure that the pad will not move while you're sitting on the seat. Once the air distribution pad is in place, you can go ahead and start putting on your leather upholstery. Here's another demonstration of cutting vertical and horizontal lines and then removing the squares. Again, using spray adhesive, you'll be able to make sure that air distribution pad is not going to move or shift while you're sitting on the seat. This is the installation of the backrest. This next step is a little nerve-wracking. You're going to want to take your time with this since you do have to cut the leather. You're going to cut an X over the headrest ports, and once that X is big enough, you can put pressure down to expose those headrest ports. You don't want to cut the X too big, or else you will see the lines that you cut and it won't be as snug as they need to be. Slipping on the headrest covers is quite a task depending on your headrest. On the Bronco, it's not as hard. It was kind of hard on my Tundra and my Ram since those headrests were thicker. You just got to take it slowly and keep squeezing the headrest in and pulling down on the cover at the same time. Once you have the cover all the way on, you're going to use these clips, fold them in together, and they'll lock in place. And that was just a quick demonstration on how to install the cat skin degrease kit, so now you have heated and vented seats.